Hello, everyone. It's not often that I would recommend a book because oftentimes when you recommend the book, there's something in it you really have a major disagreement with. But this book, I would highly recommend that you get, and it's available in a PDF format. Okay, and it's entitled "The Vatican Jesuit Global Conspiracy" by Ronald Cook, written in 1985. And I would really recommend all of our audience to get this book. I really thought about even reading it on air, but it is available. You can get it in a PDF format if you go to Grand Design Exposed, and they'll give you an option to actually download the entire book, including the cover. Grand Design Exposed. And so I would really recommend that you get this book. Just to give you a brief overview of what is contained in the book, the contents. I don't know if you can read this or not. Try to get it up to where you can read it. And I'll also read this contents to you. The Jesuits in history, the Jesuits today, a financial empire second to none, the conspiracy of misdirection, concluding remarks, subliminal Rome, missionary adaptation, Inquisition America, royal declaration, the Jesuits today by Michael D. Simlin, how America became a Jesuit enclave, the Catholic founding fathers, the Carroll family, Charles Carroll, Daniel Carroll, John Carroll, Washington in the lap of Rome, the 1888 preface, and Christians and Babylonian politics. This is a real good, concise history of what has happened in the United States and the influence of the Roman Catholic Church. This is only 138 pages, thereabouts, and I would recommend that you get the book. And so the reason it's so important is that Roman Catholicism today has become considered Christian, and it's not Christian. It's the furthest thing from Christian. Remember, there is only one mediator between God and man, and there is but one sacrifice for sin once offered for all and forever. Through the one mediator, by the one sacrifice, draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. We need no mediator, no pope, other than Christ. 1 Timothy 2:5, there is one God and one mediator between God and man, the man Christ Jesus. The priest is a false intruder, the Pope. So, we should not suffer any saint or angel or virgin or priest to come between us and Jesus Christ. And we should not be deluded by all of this ecumenism today out there. And it says in 2 Thessalonians 2:10, 11, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, God shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So this Vatican Jesuit global conspiracy shows how the Jesuits have gotten in control of the joint session of Congress. And in 2015, we had a Jesuit Pope address the joint session of Congress in the United States. What does this reveal to us? It reveals to us that the Christians are under a strong delusion. Strong delusion. Now, I want to introduce you to two terms that are used that'll help describe the Jesuits' modus operandi. Casuistry. dishonest reasoning, or questions of morality by application of general principles. Sophistry. Now, this is something that I have seen used over and over, especially by Jesuit-trained attorneys and Jesuit people who are Jesuits. The art of influencing the thought and conduct of an audience by argumentation that is seemingly plausible, but is actually invalid and misleading. I want to repeat that. Sophistry, the art of influencing the thought and conduct of an audience by argumentation that is seemingly plausible, but is actually invalid and misleading. For an example, attorneys are taught never to hear the other side of the valid arguments and never recognize it, only set forth their own arguments, thus leaving the argumentation of the defendant implausible, not even recognizing the arguments of the defendant. Isn't that interesting? Now, also, we have in this book, the Vatican Jesuit Global Conspiracy, it talks about the Jesuits in history and the Jesuits today and their influence over the United States, the Roman Catholics' influence over the Supreme Court of the United States, all of the Jesuit universities and high schools throughout the United States. You know, universities like Georgetown and Fordham and Notre Dame, and law schools, Jesuit law schools. So also we see that the Jesuits have built a financial empire second to none. And they are very active in banking, in corporate enterprises, in government, in all level of controlling the masses. Well, I wanted to just introduce you to this book. Like I say, there's not a lot of books that I recommend. I would also recommend The Rulers of Evil by Tupper Saucy. It's another excellent book. Tupper Saucy. If you read the first chapter, Rulers of Evil, that'll get your light going pretty good there on what's going on. Inquisition in America. Could that ever happen? It's already happening. It's just much, much more subtle through mind control. The Jesuits today. All Roads Lead to Rome by author Michael D. Simlin is in this book. So go to Grand Design Exposed, download a copy of the book. And if you have problems finding it, I have a PDF copy. I'll be happy to send you a copy if you email me. Might be able to even put a link. Not sure. I'll see if I can put a link here for you to get that copy. Paste. Okay, I put a link in this YouTube where you can go and download a copy, the PDF copy of this book, The Vatican Jesuit Global Conspiracy, and I think you'll find it very enlightening. And read it for yourself. You don't need it. You don't need me to read it to you. Go get the copy and read it for yourself and share it with your friends. That's all I had on my mind this morning. God bless.